Fame is not a thing to wish for, I don't think. My game plan was to keep working at Red Lobster, get my truck driver's license. If you would have offered me in like 1989, 90, right before I got on Saturday Night Live, if you would have offered me a job that paid $10, $12 an hour, I would have never told another joke in my life. Getting scared and having anxiety is just respecting the craft. If you're not scared, what's that? I practice everything. It's not like I ever get up there and think of something on stage or think of something on TV. One of my bullies was working security on the movie. I'm out here. Uh-oh, Richard. Oh, wow. Wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
With his unique brand of humor and sharp wit, Chris Rock has achieved remarkable success over the years, from stand-up comedy to film, television, and stage. Not only is he recognized as one of Comedy Central's 100 greatest stand-ups of all time, but also for receiving 3 Grammy Awards for Best Comedy Album and 4 Primetime Emmy Awards, alongside a Golden Globe Award nomination. Chris Rock started his career as a stand-up comedian in 1984 at the Catch a Rising Star Comedy Club in New York. His popularity quickly grew, and he soon landed his first role in the film I'm Gonna Get You Sucka, 1988. He also made appearances on TV shows such as Saturday Night Live and In Living Color.
The audience is our instrument.
Woo! Preach it! Jules, I told you I was about to drop
We're in the church of comedy,
Boom,
boy.
Jewel number 1.
There you go.
You know, no matter where you grew up, the odds of you becoming a comedian that's known around the world is pretty freaking slim. Whether you grew up in Bed-Stuy or grew up in Beverly Hills. Oh, maybe a little less in Beverly Hills, but but most places it's pretty slim. I'm very aware that I live a life my father probably wouldn't even dream of. Sometimes tragedy can be the best thing. Would I feel the need to have the drive I do if he was alive? You know, he was my safety blanket. You know, without the safety blanket, it's like, okay, a part of me is just constantly trying to create that again, trying to create security. That's like trying to make money and trying to, you know, writing movies all the time. I think for a guy that's been doing this a long time, I'm not really resting. And part of that is just trying to recreate the security I had as a child, and that's never gonna happen. But I can do it for my kids. You know, I'm never gonna be secure again, but my kids can. I mean, when you start out, when we do anything, I mean, I'm sure like you've been writing for a long time, and if you look at something you wrote 10 years ago, you're like, oh my God, did I think this was decent? So it's not that I was bad, it was just when I look back at it, it's like, wow, I did not even have an inkling of what I was doing till about 8 years in. You know, you gotta work on yourself as a person as well as a comedian. The more you develop as a person, the better your jokes will be. A lot of comics, like, you know, they don't have girlfriends, they don't go out, they don't go out on weekends, they're like, you know what I mean? It's like, it's all about the work. You know what I mean? They don't deal with their family that much, they're very isolated. And what I found is the more I live a real life, the better my material is. Fame is not a thing to wish for, I don't think. But since I was already there, I always used to say, I hope I'm famous and relevant long enough that when my kids are in college, they could bring their friends to come and see me perform. And that's a cool thing. So I remember before Robin died, his son went to NYU. And sometimes his son and his friends would come in to watch Robin work. And to me, that was the coolest in the world. So hopefully, I think I'm gonna tour next year. I'm working on an act now. You know, I'll have 2 daughters in college. That's like my dream, like, yo, daddy, I need 5 tickets because I'm bringing the crew to your show. My game plan was to keep working at Red Lobster, get my truck driver's license.
That was it?
And kind of drive a truck like my dad. Like, you know, and honestly, Gail, If you would have offered me in like 1989, 90, right before I got on Saturday Night Live, if you would have offered me a job that paid $10, $12 an hour, I would have never told another joke in my life. You know, it's whatever, man. People, you know, were mean and they called you nigger and whatever and spit on you and threw BCs and piss and whatever at you, and, you know, it is what it is. There's nothing I can do about it. It made me stronger. I'm not here without it. You can't faze me with meanness because of it. I was doing a movie a couple of years ago, and one of my bullies was working security on the movie.
Shit.
A guy who literally one day in school turned me upside down and shook the money out of my pockets. And I'm filming a scene. This is a top 5. And I look and I'm like, is that B? I'll just say B. And he nodded, kind of shame, he was kind of ashamed. And I just gave him just a quick look like, hey man, I hope you're doing well. You take care. And I kept it moving. I didn't like, get him off the set, get him fired. It's like his sin has punished him. He could have been my friend.
Right.
You know what I mean? He could have been in the trailer with us watching The Godfather. You know what I mean? Like the fact that he had to go through that whole day and watch me walk around and watch me, I was directing a movie and watch me be me in all my glory and to be so close to me, but yet so motherfucking far. I forgive. It made me who I am. People get better and people change. So, I mean, right now we're going through this thing where we're punishing people for thinking and feeling and saying things 20, 30 years ago. You know how easy it would be for me in one of my specials to like name a name or show a picture and go, this person called me in 4th grade and ruin someone's life? I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna assume all my bullies are better people. I'm gonna hope to pray to God, and I'm gonna hope that what they did to me shames them on some level and they teach their kids better. That's
your wish for them.
That's my wish for them. Everybody needs to see a version of themselves do something. It's just good. It makes you feel like you can do it. You know, and Eddie Murphy was the first version of myself that I saw succeeding at comedy. I'm just trying to do the best work I can, work that I can be proud of later on, work that, you know, works on different levels. You know, a good movie or a good stand-up is different every time you watch it. My job is to entertain my fans. So I can't really... Most of the times people get sensitive to people that weren't into you in the first place.
Yeah.
You know? So I don't ever recall pissing off my fans.
Yeah.
So it's kind of easy to block that stuff out, to tell you the truth. You know, my interest is always like, what haven't I seen? You know, some guys watch stuff and go, I want to do a movie like that. And I watch movies and I go, okay, I don't want to do that because I saw it. Now, what can I come up with? I just offer me something like, you could do a special on Zoom, and it's like, no, you can't. Like
Right.
musicians play music to an audience. Comedians actually play the audience. The audience is our instrument.
Woo! Preach it.
Jules, I told you I was about to drop
We in the
Jules.
church of comedy,
Boom,
boy.
Jewel number 1.
There you go.
Getting scared and having anxiety is just respecting the craft, honestly, and respecting the audience. If you're not scared, what's that? What is that? If you got a girl and you ain't scared of losing her, you really shouldn't be with her. Clarity is kindness. The worst thing you can say to somebody is, I was trying to say. That's the worst thing you can say. I was trying to say. Nah, motherfucker,
Say the shit.
Say it.
Say it.
Listen.
Be clear. Sometimes I wasn't kind, and sometimes I wasn't listening, and sometimes I was selfish. And ultimately, you know, who do you want to be?
And what is the answer? What have
The
you learned about
answer's-
yourself?
On the outside, it looks like I'm like this daring
Yes.
person, but boy, can I play it safe. And yeah, I need to jump in the pool a little bit. You know what I mean? Yeah, people try to tell you not to say things all the time, but I practice everything. It's not like I ever get up there and think of something on stage or think of something on TV. I'm pretty much, tried it out.
Yeah.
And honestly, sometimes if it's the right person telling me not to do something, I go, ooh, I got something here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, oh, you don't like it? It must be good.